Hey, for those of you that are so freaking discouraged about high interest rates and of course the ridiculously inflated home prices, I want to encourage you today and I want to share with you the top emotional and really lifestyle perks of owning a home, because I want to help anchor your goal of home ownership just so you won't give up, because eventually you will have a place to call home. So stay tuned. Yes, interest rates still suck and home prices are still showing increases in many of the markets across the country, which is absolutely frustrating for all of you guys that really want to stop paying rent and of course find something to call your own. 'Cause I'm looking for a place to call my own. And of course today, even though the housing market, it's looking kind of dim, kind of slowing to a halt here, I just want to encourage you, don't give up. Don't give up hope, because the market will eventually correct itself. And guys, I have seen it happen many times in my almost 28 years of doing real estate as a professional in the real estate industry. So things are going to turn around. They're going to work in your favor. But I just want to encourage you today, some things to hold on to so that you keep that goal in front of you. So my goal is just to encourage you to hang in there, keep your goals in front of you, and of course, you've got to be patient.
Take a chill pill.
So let's talk today about the best emotional reasons why home ownership should remain a goal that you have for yourself. Before we do that, if you get any value from this video, I'd really appreciate it if you would support me by liking this video, and please subscribing to this YouTube channel so I can keep things coming at you. So, you know what it's like when you write down your goals and you put them somewhere where you can see them every day, and you keep them in front of you because you want to keep yourself motivated to achieve those goals. Now, of course, some people write down personal affirmations. Maybe they write down ancient words of wisdom. There's scripture verses. There's quotes from famous people, maybe philosophers. There's even lyrics to really great songs that are meant to lift you up. So whatever it is that you do that keeps you mindful, firstly, of who you are and what you'd like to achieve or focus on, or whatever way you encourage yourself to keep your dreams alive, that's what we're here today to do really quickly. It won't be long. I'm going to talk about keeping your dream of home ownership alive, even though, I get it, it seems impossible right now. It's an impossible dream at the moment, but guys, it really will happen. So I want you to keep these 4, I call them emotional lifestyle. Really, they're just benefits. These are benefits of home ownership. I want you to keep them in front of your face so that you don't lose hope and you keep moving towards your home ownership goal. Number 1 benefit of home ownership. Well, there's a sense of satisfaction. Did you know that owning a home is often associated with better mental health and well-being?
I'm listening.
Now, that's probably because buying a home is a big milestone achievement. And experts say that that sense of satisfaction and pride that comes from achieving that goal just feels really good. And it does. And of course, I'm not talking about pride like in a
mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Yeah, not that. But just a sense of pride that you accomplished the American dream. Actually, there was a recent article from the Mortgage Reports who conducted a survey. And in that survey, they found out,
survey said,
what did they say? Quote, by and large, home ownership brings more satisfaction than renting. Now, surveyees, people they surveyed, scored the overall happiness level of homeowners at 88% compared to 67% for renters. So it's kind of obvious that when you own something, it's yours. And of course, you're going to have a real sense of accomplishment and pride. And that's a good feeling. Really does help in a lot of other areas of your life.
I feel good. I knew that I would.
Emotional benefit of owning a home, number 2. Well, it's more stability for your family and, of course, or your future. Another thing that might make homeowners feel more satisfied is that they're finally able to put down roots. So if you think about it, if you're used to moving each time your lease renews, or maybe your rent went higher, which is what a lot of people are experiencing right now, it would be nice to kind of stay put for a while and just put down roots, not just for you, but for the loved ones that live with you, or partners or spouses or anybody that lives in your home. Putting down roots is a really good feeling. Now, my husband was an Army brat, and he remembers growing up with 2 stints in California, and they had 2 stints in Germany. Now, both of the assignments that they had in California, his parents were able to buy a house, and the memories that he has just of those 2 houses far outweighed the memories that he and his siblings have when they lived in base housing in Germany. So why is that? Well, you can imagine, because the kids, of course, they had more space. Maybe they had their own room, even though there were 5 of them. Ugh, I don't know how she did that, but she did. They had a yard to play in, and they just had that sense that this was home, not just an Army base. And it's been proven that owning a home can provide more predictability and the chance to make long-term friends. And of course, all of those great benefits help reduce everybody's stresses. And National Association of Realtors says that families also benefit from homeownership, with studies proving that parents are able to spend less time if they're in a stress state. And of course, spending more time with their children is really good for the entire family.
Dad, is there something you want?
Yes, there is. To connect with this girl right here. Now, come on, pretend I'm not your dad. We're just a couple of friends kicking it in a juice bar.
What's a juice bar?
So the ability for parents to feel stable by home ownership has a huge impact on the children's behavioral issues, educational success, and of course, the future economic success of all of our kids. So if they see us owning something, it gives them that goal and that desire to achieve the same. Emotional perk for homeownership number 3. Well, a stronger feeling of community. If you want to know why a strong sense of community is important when you're looking for a house to buy, I really hope that you'll take the time to watch this video right here, because I share with you the importance of keeping a really good community, why that's something that should be at the top of your list when you're looking to buy. And if you're also looking for a sense of belonging for yourself, well, homeownership can help with that too. According to FinHabits, which is a really cool bilingual platform, they teach you how to spend wisely, how to save money for the future. I really recommend it. But according to FinHabits, they say homeowners tend to be more involved in their local communities, leading to a stronger sense of belonging. And of course, that makes sense. Your home, my home, it's always going to connect us to our neighborhood. And then by extension, it's going to connect us to our broader community. That's because owning a home gives us a stake in the future of that community. So becoming more involved and wanting to do what you can do to help improve the area, maybe the streets or the schools or whatever, while making long-term relationships with your neighbors. Of course, that's only natural, and that's going to be good for you and be good for your family and be good for the community. And listen, guys, I don't have my head in the sand, right? I get it. It is hard right now to buy a home. And I don't know exactly when that's going to change. I know we keep hearing different things about the market. We thought the interest rates were going to go down, and right now they're staying steady. Now, historically speaking, a 7% interest rate is not that high. I'm going to show you a chart here. This is the history of interest rates going way back, and you can kind of see how they've changed over the years. But even though it's not high historically, it's really tough because you also compile with that all of the high prices. And for a lot of the communities, I know I've been sharing with you guys about our community here, year over year, we've seen price increases from last year. However, since March, we are seeing month over month decreases. Now, I was talking to someone yesterday about why some of the states in these United States, why some of them are still seeing a really good price growth, is because a lot of those states were closed during the pandemic years, whereas you all know Florida was open and we were really keeping up with building. And now we have better supply. Manatee County is about 4 months worth of supply. Sarasota County, right about 5 months. And remember, if you get to 5 or 6 months worth of supply, you've got a balanced market, meaning it is not in favor of neither buyers nor sellers. So we're close in Manatee and we're pretty much getting there in Sarasota. So that makes more of a balanced market. So that's why here we are seeing the prices moderate down a little, although they are higher than they were last year. So if you were trying to buy a house last year, like I said in my last video, and you thought, I'll wait until next year when the prices are lower and the rates are better, unfortunately, that is not the case. So if you need to buy a house, you really have to look at your finances and say, am I going to stay on the fence or am I just going to jump in? Knowing that long term, buying a home, of course, is a great investment. So if you got to sell it in a year or two, then just rent. That is not a smart move to buy. If you're going to stay in it for a while and again, build community and build some equity in your home, then don't keep putting it off. Do what you got to do. But either way, you have to make the right decision that fits your plan and your budget. Again, I get it. I have young adult kids. Yeah, I do. I have almost a 32-year-old and a 30-year-old. But anywho, I know I look so young, right? But anyway, I would say that they're also in a place where there's no way that they can buy themselves right now. They can't buy a house. They're working their butts off, doing as well as they can. It's really hard to save. I have a son in Denver and he can't even find a place to rent. Rents are terrible everywhere. So believe me, I know it is hard. Again, we're just here today to keep that goal in front of your face, and it will change. And I just want to encourage you, don't give up. And emotional perk of homeownership number 4, well, it's the ability to make the space your own. Now, I believe this would be the most important to me because I'm also a designer, and I've learned through that how important my environment, how that impacts me, and, you know, how important it is to my sanity.
You all right?
Some days are better than others. Thanks for asking.
Or lack thereof. And of course, in a rental, I never had the freedom to make, whether it was an apartment that I rented or a house, I could never really make it my own. I couldn't make it reflect me or my personality or my individualism. Of course, I don't have much of those things anyway, so no big deal. But owning a home is a place that's all yours. You're free to customize it however you see fit. Of course, mostly on the inside, and depending on any specific homeowner association requirements, sometimes you can do it on the outside. But you get to do you in your own home. Now, sometimes renting can cramp your style. So when you own, you can express yourself and you can jump on the latest trends if you want to do that. Sometimes you can do maybe a small home improvement when you own your own home, or maybe you want to do a full-on renovation. Doesn't matter, but when you own your house, it can be exactly what you want it and need it to be. And of course, as your lifestyle changes and as your tastes change, as trends change, you can always change your home. You can't do that in a rental. So these are the things I don't want you to lose. Don't lose that picture of yourself coming home every day to a place that feels just like you, because that feeling really is a feeling like no other. So guys, there are 4 reasons to keep your goal of home ownership in your heart. Maybe write it in your journal or put it on a sticky note that you keep on your bathroom mirror or maybe your refrigerator. Because like I said, guys, the market will get better. The roller coaster that we've all been on will have some straight places that give you an opportunity to find your American dream. So I just want you to stay encouraged. Don't stop believing. hold on to that feeling. Keep making good financial decisions, putting money away and saving when you're able to do so, staying out of debt. And if you know that now is not the time, but you want to be ready in the future, I really encourage you to meet with a lender that's local to your area, someone that you trust, who's going to give you great guidance. And a lot of lenders will give you steps to take now so that when you are ready in the future, you are good to go. I've had the privilege of helping so many buyers in my real estate career and help them planning to buy a house for the future. So they're not always ready right now, but I've always had them meet with a great local lender and one that actually takes time to educate future buyers on how to prepare. And if that's you and you'd like to know, I'm certainly happy to point you into some great, in the direction of some really great lenders here, especially if you live in Manatee or Sarasota counties. And if you want to know if you're ready to buy, or maybe you already know that you're ready to buy in these markets that I work here in Manatee and Sarasota counties, and you'd like to chat about what your plans are and help you find a home, I'd so be honored to talk with you about what's going on and what your journey is and what you're thinking. So be sure to give me a call. And again, don't forget, subscribe to this channel so I can keep you encouraged as we ride this crazy real estate market roller coaster together. So please keep your dream alive. Don't give up. It will happen for you. I'm Catherine Newman. I will see you next time.